Welcome everyone, thank you so much for joining in. So today in this video, I'm actually going to show you a very interesting scenario unfolding right now with Bitcoin price action and also with Ethereum. Because right now, if you look at this price structure here of Bitcoin in a daily time frame, you can see the price of Bitcoin tends to be following this ascending channel pretty well, because exactly after reaching the upper line area of this ascending channel, we got a very strong resistance, because you can see it very clearly. The upper line acted as a resistance, lower line played as a very strong support. So now what exactly is playing out here, because we have already found resistance from this upper line area of this ascending channel. So for that, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add this Fibonacci extension label to pinpoint some area of support and resistance for Bitcoin price action. Because if you look at this price structure using this Fibonacci extension label, you can see, guys, not just only this upper line of this ascending channel acted as a resistance, but this 0.786 Fibonacci extension label also acted as a very strong resistance line. So now you can see the upper line of this ascending channel and this 0.786 around 48,000 was a very strong resistance. The price is getting pulled back right now, as you can see, but we want to know where could it be getting gravitated if it's going to be an actual pullback type of scenario, right? Because in this case, if the trend is going to continue lower, then our eyes are going to be around this 0.618 Fibonacci extension level of 43,940 price level. So this is going to act as a very strong support, because we know right now the price is showing some sort of a pullback scenario. But today in this video, I'm also going to show you one very important line of support which we have to hold if this is also going to get broken, this 0.618, and that is this 0.5 Fibonacci extension level of 41,000 price level. This 41,000 price level is one hell of a support, because if you look at this price structure here, let me delete some of these drawings. You can see, guys, this 0.5 Fibonacci extension level has previously acted as a very strong resistance line, but once we were able to break out of it, you can see this was a very massive move in an upper direction, because this exact line here was acting as a resistance in the past Bitcoin price action. So if this is going to happen, right, if we are going to find support, then I still believe our trend here is in an uptrend. I mean, we are going to continue following this ascending channel, but any sort of a pullback, the strongest support is going to be around this 41,000 price level at this 0.5 Fibonacci extension level, because not just only because of this 0.5 Fibonacci extension level, but also this trend line here, which previously acted as a resistance. Maybe this might be a pullback type of scenario to retest this previous resistance line to find a proper support, and also to confirm us that now around this 41,000 we have a very strong support if this trend is going to continue breaking this 0.618 at 43,940 price level. So, and also one very good reason why this 41,000 is going to be one hell of a support if we are going to see any sort of a pullback there is because of this CPI line. You can see, let me delete this one, exactly at this 41,000. You can see this green line here, the smaller dots here, right? These are the R1 monthly line. So now what I'm actually going to do to show you guys this price movement even properly, I'm going to switch this into 4-hour time frame. Okay, so in a 4-hour time frame, you can see here this price movement does looks pretty interesting, because we know any sort of a price pullback, I just showed you this 0.5 Fibonacci extension level was 41,000. but if you look at the CPI indicator, this CPI indicator is also exactly, guys, at this support line of 41,000 price level. So that's why I was saying, if we are going to see any sort of a pullback from this previous resistance line, then this 41,000 is one hell of a support. So if this trend is going to continue further in an upper direction, which price target to look for? So in that case, where I will be looking at right now is this here. Let me add this Fibonacci extension level again. So now you can see in Fibonacci extension level to the upside, the first target here would be around this 48,000. If we could be finding support around this 0.618, which is around 43,000 price level, then this 100% Fibonacci extension level of 53,280 price level is going to be our upper target if we are going to find support at this 0.618 or this 0.5 Fibonacci extension levels. So this is what I see looking at the price action of Bitcoin in a daily time frame and also in a 4-hour time frame. And if you want to look at this in a bigger time frame, what we can do is we can look at this in a weekly time frame. Let me change the chart here. So in a bigger time frame, what we can do is we can add this Fibonacci extension level to pinpoint some area where we could be finding support and resistance right now for Bitcoin. Because if you monitor this price movement using this Fibonacci extension level, guys, you can see each and every trend line here, right? This Fibonacci extension line, sorry, acted as a very strong support, resistance all the way when the trend was heading in upper direction. But once we started this parabolic move here in upper direction, you can see exactly here 2.618 Fibonacci extension level around 31,500. We found a very strong support. Weak rejection, you can see all this weak rejection here to the downside was clearly flashing, hey, there was a very strong support around this price level of 31,500. We found a support and headed in the upper direction. Look at this. When this price had a really parabolic move, exactly at 3.61 Fibonacci extension level around 42,000, we got a weak rejection, pull back around the previous Fibonacci extension level, right? So now since we have broken out of this both here, this 46,000 price level and also this 42,000 price level, now any sort of a pullback, then we can see that this 3.618 Fibonacci extension level acting as a very strong support around 42,060 price level. And we also know that 41,000 here in a smaller time frame we just looked at is a very strong support. So now we know we have two strong support, 42,000 and also the most important support of 41,000. And if this trend is going to see any sort of a support here, right, before reaching this lower line area, then expect another impulsive move here in an upper direction, but most probably it's going to be more like a shakeout type of scenario according to my analysis, and then a move in an upper direction. And for the upside, the price target here are clearly written, 48,600 and also 50,000 could be on the line. So let's see how this one is going to pan out, right? Because in a bigger time frame, you can see the price tends to be very bullish. Any sort of a pullback, we have support from this Fibonacci extension level and also this 41,000 from the CPR. So let's see how this one is going to play out. So now let's also look at Ethereum price action. So now if you monitor this price movement of Ether USD right now in a daily time frame, what I'm actually going to do, guys, is I'm going to give you a very simple way of looking at this price structure right now for Ether USD. Because right now, if we look at this rising trend line, this rising trend line is not just only showing us the possible trend direction, but also acting as a very strong support here, and that can be seen very clearly. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add this parallel channel. As you can see, this price movement tends to be following this parallel channel scenario as well, because every time when we reach this upper line area, we found a very strong resistance here, and lower line acted as a very strong support along with this rising trend line. So now you can see that this price tends to be following this rising trend line type of scenario. So any sort of a pullback, the lower line of this ascending channel and also this rising trend line could be acting as a very strong support, because I am expecting more likely a move in this manner. Let me hide this ascending channel. This movement here, you can see this price movement here, this was more like a ascending triangle breakout type of scenario, and we talked about this after breaking the upper line area which previously acted as a resistance. You can see resistance, we had a really nice move in an upper direction. So now what we could be also forming is another ascending triangle for Ether, more likely this type of price structure, and then a possible breakout scenario, because you can see if Bitcoin sees a bigger pullback, then this is definitely going to pull the price of Ether as well. So that's also one scenario we should take into consideration. But so far, I think the smaller pullback doesn't matter that much, because just like with Bitcoin, I would also add this scenario here using this Fibonacci extension level. So you can see here, guys, exactly after reaching this 100% Fibonacci extension level, we found a resistance. Price got a pullback around this 0.786 Fibonacci extension level of $1,548, and then again we started heading in upper direction. So this clearly shows us that now the price of Ether could be seeing some sort of a pullback type of scenario, because I just showed you with previous example, we could be forming another this ascending triangle type of scenario with a possible breakout in an upper direction here as well. Any sort of a pullback, we will be looking around this 0.786 Fibonacci extension level, because I am actually expecting more likely a ascending channel type of scenario following this rising trend line for Ether. So to the upside, if this is going to continue, then you can see we should not forget this 1.618 Fibonacci extension level, which is very likely to be triggered in my opinion, because this 2223 is a very reasonable target for Ether in the upcoming days. So these are some of the scenario I wanted to share with you in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this video was helpful enough. If that's the case, then hit the like button, and also if you're watching this for the first time, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell soon. By saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Sanu. Bye bye, guys.